and the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Opposite. Reach.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Okay, break.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
First carry for Najee Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. First throw complete there to Johnson. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 1 now. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. throw on first down with Hurts. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone, touchdown Buffalo. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. 3-2 their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Ready?
On second down, here's Henry. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. Harris running straight ahead. And they'll get this down to the 10. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd down and goal. Hurts. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Titans at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Striker, 3-3. You tell him. 10. Switch, tell him. Blue striker. Cut.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open.
Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
Let's go.
They begin with Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Henry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Down.
Second and 6. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
On the ball.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
18
Hurts sets up to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Go, Reed, go. 19 Lions. Go, shoot.
In motion left goes Smith.
17.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Touchdown. Deontay Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They're going to try and throw. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room. Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
Ready, set.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
19, Tiger, 19.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's got some space here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he finds Howard complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football. He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hurts. Being chased out left. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, Hurts. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Touchdown, Bills. O.J. Howard, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here. He finds Hardy on the slant. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Ready?
Inside handoff, Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And cycle. 5, 97. Right, right. Field, left. Right.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy. And he is going to pick up the Titans' 1st down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 96 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Hardy set to return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Titan football.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here we go.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain. Because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ready, set. Hurry, hurry. Ready.
They'll run. It's Henry. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run again with Harris. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after here coming up. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
2nd and 9 now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. But with this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They hand this off to Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense,